Look like Team USA is forcing Caitlin Clark to change her infamous 22 number to a new one.
Something unusual is happening behind the scenes of Team USA basketball, and it has the women's basketball world on edge. Over the last 24 hours, speculation surrounding Caitlin Clark, her iconic number 22, and Team USA leadership has ignited a storm online. At the center of it all is Sue Bird, one of the most respected figures in the sport, now facing questions no one expected. Did Team USA miscalculate? And why has a jersey number suddenly become a national controversy?
Because we ultimately know she was snubbed from the cover of Team USA. And not only is they snubbing her, the disrespect is continuing because it's looking like Team USA is forcing Caitlin Clark to change her number. Now, this article...
It began quietly, almost unnoticed. Team USA released preliminary details ahead of its December training camp in North Carolina. Fans immediately noticed something strange. Caitlin Clark, long synonymous with number 22, was listed with a different number in camp materials. No official explanation followed, and that silence became fuel. Within hours, social media filled the gap with speculation, outrage, and theories about disrespect, control, and power inside USA basketball.
Made the Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark, number 22 is the most recognizable number in women's sports right now. There's no argument to be made. There's no case to be made. Caitlin Clark, number 22, is the most recognizable number for any woman athlete.
This isn't just about a number. In modern sports branding, a jersey number becomes identity. Michael Jordan and 23. Kobe Bryant and 24. For women's basketball today, Caitlin Clark and 22 are inseparable. It represents record-breaking college performances, sold-out arenas, and unprecedented media attention. Asking a player of that magnitude to separate from her number, even temporarily, carries symbolic weight, whether intended or not.
Number 17 at Team USA training camp on December 24th, news broke that Caitlin Clark will be taking a part in the training, which that's what we talked about at the beginning of the video. Now, this right here this came out this came out on the 24th. So these are the numbers, man. Head on over to Twitter and check this out real quick. So this is what was released right here. It says Lauren Betts. Hold on, here's the ages. Where's the number? Here we go, right here. So these are the numbers. Caitlin Clark. Let me blow this all the way up, man. I want to blow this so y'all can see this. So as y'all can see here, man, how did Caitlin Clark number will be changed? So who's wearing 22? Or if you guys remember, Michael Jordan wore number 45 in the Olympics. Could Caitlin, because it don't look like no one's wearing number 22. It don't look like no one's wearing number 2.
With no clarification from Team USA, narratives filled the void. Some claimed Clark was being forced to change numbers. Others escalated it further, suggesting she might walk away entirely. None of this was confirmed. But in the algorithm era, confirmation often arrives after opinion hardens. What mattered wasn't what Team USA said, it was what they didn't say. As managing director of Team USA women's basketball, Sue Bird represents stability, legacy, and credibility. Her role places her at the intersection of players, policy, and public perception. While no verified statement confirmed outrage or a meltdown, reports describe leadership scrambling to contain a narrative spiraling out of control. For someone known for composure, the silence itself became a statement, interpreted by fans as tension behind closed doors. This controversy didn't emerge in isolation. Earlier this year, Caitlin Clark was notably left off the Olympic roster, a decision defended on basketball grounds, but questioned due to her global draw. Combined with the jersey discussion, fans began connecting dots. Fairly or not, a narrative formed. Is Team USA struggling to adapt to a new era where one player's influence rivals the institution itself? Let's be clear. There is no verified report that Caitlin Clark quit Team USA. There is no official statement confirming a forced jersey change policy. What exists is perception, and perception can be powerful. In the absence of transparency, fans assumed intent. And once that happened, the conversation stopped being about logistics and became about respect. This moment reflects a larger tension in women's basketball. The sport is growing faster than its structures were designed for. Players now carry massive commercial power. Institutions built on tradition must adapt, or risk appearing disconnected. The jersey debate symbolizes a deeper question: who controls identity in the modern game, the organization or the athlete? Team USA doesn't just compete for medals anymore, it competes for relevance. Caitlin Clark brings casual fans, sponsors, and global visibility. Alienating that audience, even unintentionally, carries consequences. This isn't about favoritism. It's about understanding value in a new media ecosystem. All eyes now turn to December's training camp. Will Team USA clarify its policies? Will Clark participate, and under what conditions? And will Sue Bird address the speculation directly? How this is handled could define leadership, trust moving forward. This story isn't about a jersey. It's about communication, power, and evolution. Women's basketball is no longer niche, and moments like this prove it. The spotlight is brighter, the stakes are higher, and silence is no longer neutral. What intensifies this situation even further is the cultural shift happening inside women's basketball itself. For decades, Team USA represented the unquestioned peak, the ultimate honor that players adapted themselves to, not the other way around. But Caitlin Clark's rise signals a turning point where individual athletes now arrive with their own massive ecosystems, personal brands, global fan bases, media leverage, and economic impact that rivals institutions. That reality creates friction, especially within systems built on uniformity, tradition, and hierarchy. When something as seemingly small as a jersey number becomes controversial, it's rarely about the fabric. It's about control, recognition, and whether the old structures truly understand the modern athlete. Sue Bird, positioned between eras as both a legend and an executive, embodies that tension. She understands the power of legacy, but now must navigate a world where legacy alone no longer dictates influence. In that sense, this controversy becomes symbolic of a broader reckoning. Women's basketball is growing faster than its governance, and moments like this expose the cracks. Whether Team USA addresses it openly or allows speculation to linger will shape not just public perception, but trust among the next generation of stars watching closely and deciding how much of themselves they're willing to give to institutions that may not yet be ready to evolve. There's also a quiet but critical audience watching this unfold that rarely gets discussed: the future stars of women's basketball. Young players, college standouts, and rising WNBA talent are paying close attention to how this situation is handled because it signals what they can expect when they reach the top. If the most visible, most marketable player in the sport can be placed in a position where her identity is negotiable, it sends a chilling message down the pipeline. This isn't about entitlement, it's about precedent. Team USA has long relied on its reputation to command loyalty, but loyalty in modern sports is increasingly earned through respect, transparency, and adaptability. Caitlin Clark's reported willingness to walk away forces a conversation that leadership can no longer avoid. Does the program view players as interchangeable pieces or as partners in growth? Sue Bird's reaction, whether calm or strained behind the scenes, matters because she represents the bridge between generations. Someone who fought for recognition as a player and now must ensure that progress doesn't stall under her watch. If this moment is mishandled, the damage won't show up immediately on the scoreboard. It will surface later, in hesitations, declined invitations, and a growing skepticism toward institutions that appear slow to recognize just how much the balance of power has shifted.